Welcome back to Sports Jam. There have been a lot of great hockey players to come out of the northwest suburbs, and this guy here is probably near the top of the list. Trent Klatt, former Osseo and Gophers star, and now the Director of Amateur Scouting and Player Development with the New York Islanders. And Trent, does it bring back some memories coming back here to the old Osseo Arena, even though you played your high school games over at Brooklyn Park, but I'm sure you skated in this building quite a few times.
Well, not in this particular building. Back when I was in high school, this wasn't even here. So to come in here now is a totally new experience. But it is nice to be back.
Obviously, a lot of memories, I'm sure, from playing youth hockey and then high school hockey for the Orioles. What stands out when you think back to that time?
Just the camaraderie with your friends and some of the rivalries. Having grown up in Brooklyn Park itself, the youth program got split. So some of the most memorable games I have are the ones playing against Park Center over at the Brooklyn Park Arena. So.
One thing that hasn't changed much is still a lot of kids growing up wanting to play for the Gophers, too. How special of an experience was that for you?
That was everything to me. I mean, when I was here in high school and through the 80s, there wasn't a lot of exposure to the NHL for players. And it wasn't until I got to the University of Minnesota where it actually kind of dawned on me that the NHL might be an option. The Gophers were it. Following the Steve Kristoffs and the Broughton family and, the Herbie Brooks and all that. The Gophers were the end game.
You went on to really have a nice NHL career, a long NHL career. What special memories do you have from that? And you with a few different teams that you were with.
Well, I would probably have to say the most memorable moment was playing in the Stanley Cup Finals in 1997 when I was with the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, here you're a high school kid, you want to play college hockey at the U, and that's great. And now you get a chance to see that Stanley Cup, and though we didn't win it, I didn't get a chance to hold it, still haven't. It was pretty amazing to actually be on that ice and see what so many unbelievable hockey players, teams, coaches have been able to accomplish. And
tell us a little bit about your position right now. What are some of the duties involved with your job with the Islanders?
Well, I'm the head amateur scout, so basically what I do primarily is travel around the country and around the world for that matter, trying to find kids that are draft eligible for the first time. And the most difficult thing is actually comparing the different leagues that all these kids play in. Some kids are actually in college, some kids are in high school, some kids play junior hockey in Canada. I even end up in Europe watching some of the elite leagues over there. So to try to compare an 18-year-old kid at many different levels is a difficult task at times.
From your perspective now, how do you feel that Minnesota hockey is preparing kids for, potentially pro careers? Do you feel good about what you see when you go around to the rinks in this state?
I'm a little troubled at this point, to be honest with you. I think Minnesota is unique, and I can tell everyone that throughout the world, Minnesota allows kids to stay at home until the age of 18. Nowhere else in the world can kids do that. So I'm biased to that. I appreciate that. I don't like to see kids leave high school. There's no reason for it.
Trent, thanks so much for joining us. I know all the folks around Osseo and Brooklyn Park are still very proud of the accomplishments that you had, and best of luck as you continue your career in the Islanders.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Trent Klatt, former Osseo and University of Minnesota star, now working for the New York Islanders as the head of their amateur scouting and player development. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam for you right after this.